Hello and welcome to ASEAN in Focus, delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region. I'm Maricar Velasco. First to the ASEAN summit now in Singapore, President Rodrigo Duterte has assured the Philippines' commitment to work with all concerned parties to achieve early conclusion of an effective code of conduct in the West Philippine Sea. However, he noted that the Philippines is tied to a mutual defense treaty with the United States, which keeps it from telling the Western superpower to stay away.
I will focus on the COC. Everything has been excellent between China and the rest of ASEAN, except for the fact that there's a friction between the Western nations and China. And I am worried, I expressed it last night, because we have a defense treaty, mutual defense with the US and there's some any serious miscalculation can, and because of the treaty, I'd like to tell China that is why at all costs we must have the COC. Okay. So you're there, you're in possession, you occupied it, and tell us what route shall we take and what kind of behavior do you
So
like.
ibig sabihin, sir, tayo sa mutual defense. That's why we cannot show away US.
It's not, it has been abrogated, is that?
Correct.
And even, I don't know, it's the decision of the President, Congress, the armed forces.
Under the Mutual Defense Treaty signed in 1951, the parties agreed through ways separately and jointly by self-help and mutual aid to maintain and develop their individual and collective capacity to resist armed attack.
Please continue to wait so that we can catch you.
President Rodrigo Duterte missed several events in the 33rd Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit in Singapore. According to the palace, it was because he took power naps to catch on sleep. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo explained that the last night before the event, the president worked late and had only less than 3 hours of sleep. It is unfortunate that the first event scheduled was at 8:30 a.m. Apart from the gala dinner, according to Panelo, the president skipped the ASEAN-Australia Informal Breakfast Summit, the 20th ASEAN Republic of Korea Summit, the working lunch hosted by Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, and the Second Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership or RCEP Summit. The president, however, was represented by Foreign Affairs Secretary Teddy Locsin Jr. in those events, and he attended ASEAN meetings with China, Japan, and Russia, the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the ASEAN on Economic Cooperation and the Eurasian Economic Commission, and a bilateral meeting with Singapore. The violence which drove 700,000 Rohingya Muslims from Myanmar into Bangladesh was without excuse, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence told Aung San Suu Kyi in stinging comments on a summit sidelines on Wednesday. Pence added to the pressure on Suu Kyi, who this week has had an Amnesty International honor revoked and faced sharp words from Malaysia's premier at a usually tame meeting of Southeast Asian nations in Singapore. Suu Kyi has seen her reputation as a rights defender destroyed by her refusal to speak up for the Rohingya, a stateless group revealed in Buddhist-majority Myanmar.
The violence and persecution by military and vigilantes that resulted in driving 700,000 Rohingya to Bangladesh is without excuse. I'm anxious to hear about the progress that you're making, holding those accountable who are responsible for the violence that displaced so many hundreds of thousands, created such suffering, including the loss of life. The arrest and jailing of 2 journalists last fall was deeply troubling to millions of Americans, and I look forward to speaking with you about the premium that we place on a free and independent press.
The Kremlin hit out Wednesday at the unpredictability of the United States under the Trump administration, saying it was causing deep global concern. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told DOZHD-TV during a visit by President Vladimir Putin to a regional summit in Singapore, the fact that America has become unpredictable lately is no secret to anyone. He adds such unpredictability from the largest country, the most powerful economy in the world, is the subject of deep global concern. Relations between the two countries have hit new lows, with American officials planning to roll out fresh sanctions against Moscow in response to the botched poisoning of former Russian spy Sergei Skripal in Britain. Moscow has denied being behind the brazen hit and has condemned efforts to sanction it over the incident. World leaders are currently meeting in Singapore, which is hosting the annual Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit. Trump is not at the gathering and has sent Vice President Mike Pence instead. Peskov said no separate meeting was currently planned between Putin and Pence, but he added that there was no need for a face-to-face given Trump and Putin will soon meet in Buenos Aires. Autism advocate Erlinda Uy from the Philippines is the recipient of the inaugural ASEAN Prize 2018. Take a look.
May we now invite the winner of the ASEAN Prize 2018, Ms. Erlinda Ko, on stage. As the former chairperson of the ASEAN Autism Network, Ms. Ko's work in improving the lives of people with autism exemplifies the spirit of an inclusive, resilient, people-oriented and people-centered ASEAN community. She will receive a trophy and a cash prize of US $20,000.
He is the Chair Emeritus of Autism Society Philippines, or ASP, and served as chair of the ASEAN Autism Network, or AAN, which is comprised of autism family support organizations from all 10 ASEAN member states. She spearheaded many initiatives to enhance autism awareness, which impacted the lives of thousands of autistic children and adults in the region.
Join the EBC Family Fun Run November 18, 2018 at the Ciudad de Victoria Complex, Bulacan. Choose from race categories: 1.062 kilometer, 2.5 kilometers, 5 kilometers, and 9.55 kilometers. Registration is ongoing. For more details, log on to www.eaglenews.ph/EBC Fun Run or call 784-7450, local 1162. You may also visit www.facebook.com/EBC Fun Run. EBC Family Fun Run.
This event was made possible with our major sponsors: Regent, Life's Simple Pleasures, RY Graphics and Print, Guyamax, the natural 4-in-1 super antioxidant with guayabano mangosteen, turmeric, and vitamin C. With the participation of Isuzu, your responsible partner for life, together building people. Mr. Gary Escobar, Salampas by Hisamitsu Philippines, Skechers Performance, White Glow, Australia's #1 teeth whitening system. Beldia, your strategic procurement partner. Blue Pro Energy Plus Electrolytes. Enjoying your passion never stops. And in partnership with Gaia Development Corporation and Philippine Red Cross.
Ang PLCPD po ay isang non-government organization.
At kami ay nasa mga mga advocacy at mga advocates talaga, mga progressive groups, no, na ang tinutulak ay mga batas para sa pagbabago na nasa interest, no, ng kababaihan. At saka meron tayong malawak na ugnayan sa iba't ibang organisasyon na nakafocus sa kababaihan.
So kung
sa
sakali
kabataan.
yung itong Philippine legislators na to ay merong relationship sa Gabriela, parang ganon.
May relationship
Tapos may relationship siya sa ano pang organisasyon?
Sa Kaisaka, sa Kilusan.
Samahan niyo po kami sa isang oras na talakayan. Huwebes, mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng gabi. Dito lang sa Patakaran.
Join the EBC Family Fun Run, November 18, 2018, at the Ciudad de Victoria Complex, Bulacan. Choose from race categories: 1.062 kilometer, 2.5 kilometers, 5 kilometers, and 9.55 kilometers. Registration is ongoing. For more details, log on to www.eaglenews.ph/EBC Fun Run or call 784-7450, local 1162. You may also visit www.facebook.com/EBC Fun Run. EBC Family Fun Run.
Good afternoon and welcome back to ASEAN in Focus. Today we have some special guests with us. Let me introduce to you Dr. Sri Wayuni, President of Pradaya, a partnership in discovery, and Ms. Winnie Alia, Director of the same company, and Mr. Rizal, the Commissioner of the same company, and Ms. Sandy Montano. Sandy is the first ever ASEAN Women Leader Awardee in the ASEAN Business Awards in 2014, held in Nai Pi Tao, Myanmar, in recognition of her exemplary business leadership skills. She was also recognized for her efforts to educate thousands of people to properly and proactively respond to disasters. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
How has your visit been here so far?
Yeah, good.
Good? Okay, we're glad. So tell us, Dr. Sri Wayuni, what is Pradaya all about?
Yes, Pradaya, let's I talk in beginning because
the history,
I have
yes.
the history.
We
starting to have relationship with the Philippines starting 2011 when I have Institute Health Sciences in Indonesia. And we have the nursing school, midwifery school, and we make the program benchmark to Philippine education, especially in nursing, because I looking about your education to develop your student is the best for the globally thinking. And now we want to improve our collaboration, not only in education, but we want to make the new opportunity. That's why we make the new company, is named the Pradaya, to develop the line opportunity. Our friend will talk about that.
So what is Pradaya's vision and mission, Ms. Winnie?
Pradaya company is based in Bandung, Indonesia. We have the vision to be established overseas, especially in ASEAN community. And we begin here with the partnership in Philippines. We have the mission is to be a world-class certification provider for healthcare and medical profession in Indonesia. And it is our dream to upgrade and to uplift the quality of medical profession and healthcare in Indonesia, especially in nursing. And it is an honor of us. It is grateful for us because we have a strong relationship here in Philippines with Miss Sandy Montana, the owner of Cheers, and she introduced us for many important person in Philippines. So hopefully Philippines and Indonesia, Pradaya and Cheers will have a strong relationship.
So Ms. Sandy, how have they been collaborating
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's really a lot of things happening around with ASEAN collaboration. It's really hand-holding each other because, you know, in ASEAN there are 10 countries. And not all the 10 countries are given equal opportunity. Like Singapore is more advanced, Malaysia, and then we really have to catch up. So brotherhood and sisterhood, we really have to share and benchmark with each other. So when we met, okay, Dr. Wayuni and I met, so we have already these little dreams, little girl's dream that someday we'll be having this international certification that we can share to Philippines and Indonesia and other parts of the world. So these little dreams is we walk the talk. So every time there's an opportunity, I'm being invited to talk in Indonesia, and her students is being sent here in the Philippines to study the advanced life support, basic life support under American Heart Association. Those we've started, and she set up this Bin for Education. So it is now around almost 200 partners in Indonesia. So we are now wrapping and enjoying the international partnership. So they decided to set up Pradaya. So this will be the international certification platform. And later on, we're going to have, hopefully, the platform in your mobile app, wherein in case that you want to ask for a training, if you're in Indonesia or in the Philippines, then you can just download the app and then enroll there. So you don't have to worry of traveling, going to Indonesia or Philippines just to get this training, which is international certification.
This certain app, is it available now or is it still under development?
The app that we have already launched is the Cheers online app. That's already international certification that you can get. And then soon to be is the Care Finder. So the Care Finder is just like an app if you want to look for a caregiver or a nurse or somebody who would like to take care of you. Like you don't have to ask for somebody else to go on your house. So just order your caregiver in the app. In one click. Yes.
Oh, so that would be something that we'll be very much looking for. Okay, so during your stay here, how long have you been staying here?
I stay in the long time. I study in here in Philippine Women's University as 2000. I graduated 2014, but now I stay in 1 week to make the more meeting because we have similar problems. Sometimes we have the similar opportunity because we are ASEAN. I think we must to develop. Our opportunity.
We share the same problems, and so we should share in finding the solutions. Here in your stay, while in your stay, what difficulties or what concerns you about Philippine education most?
For Philippine education, I think it's the important I think it's the basic of education, especially is nursing, in the world. But the problem depend on the culture. We looking about the culture in here is the good for develop the confidence about the student, and we want to combine about our culture and add to your confidence to have the good millennia era, because you know, it's the globally is for now is very interesting and very the good opportunity for all people in the world.
So where do you see Pradaya in the next few years? What's the goal here?
Sir Rizal.
Being so kind.
Rizal is the first time in the Philippines. So what can you say?
Oh, is it? So how has your stay been here?
Philippine food.
Like
halo-halo.
Pina sarap.
Pina sarap. So being your first time here in the Philippines, what can you say about the Filipino people? Are there common things about Filipino people and the Indonesian people?
In my vision, Philippines and Indonesia have many common, and especially in this health and education division. Since we are the member of ASEAN community, which we have a similar culture and region. So Miss Winnie and Miss Uni say, so hopefully our partnership of Pradaya and Cheers, Indonesia and Philippines will be strong.
Yes. So we can start from there. And as a matter of fact, we also plan to have ASEAN Healthcare Education Institute Network. So we could really level up what are the researches that we're doing in other countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, and Indonesia that we could benchmark because, you know, we have the same anatomy and physiology. So we really have to share the commonalities of what's happening within our region.
Yes. Okay, so after the Philippines, what is your next country? What is your next goal country in the ASEAN nation?
I think we built before with collaboration with Malaysia, with Thailand, with Singapore, because you know, the ASEAN Committee is starting 2015. We must have the more preparing for that.
All right, so Mr. Rizal, in your part, what inspired you to join Perdaya, or your inspiration behind the vision and mission of Perdaya?
Yeah, I told you before. Yeah, my vision in Perdaya is with make Perdaya and CHIR will be strong. Philippine Indonesia will be strong with this collaborate.
Okay, well, thank you so much for guesting with us. You're very much welcome, always in our show.
Thank you.
And I hope that you enjoy your stay here in the Philippines.
Okay, of course. Thank you.
So I just want to share, we have a book. I'm one of the writers in this book, this rap book. It can be ordered in Amazon. This is where my leadership stories, where it started in ASEAN, as I coordinate with other leadership leaders in Filipino Women Network. So there are 38 stories, Filipino women globally, and we hope that we will have more women not only in Philippines but also in ASEAN countries. Yeah.
Okay. All right, viewers, let's look out for this book of Miss Sandy.
Yes.
So, and that is the latest news in the Southeast Asian nations. Stay updated about the ASEAN region. I'm Maricar Velasco, and I am one with 25.
Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Ito ay nangangailangan ng patnubay at gabay ng magulang para sa mga batang manonood.